Did you know that Americans owe over $16 trillion in debt? That's more than the entire GDP of the United States. Getting out of debt can feel like climbing a mountain, but what if I told you that most people are tackling it all wrong? Today, I'll show you how you can break free from the cycle of debt faster and more effectively. Let's dive into the common pitfalls that keep people stuck in debt and how you can avoid them. Debt is something that impacts nearly every one of us, and when you're struggling with it, the road ahead can seem daunting. But here's the truth, getting out of debt quickly isn't just about paying more money every month, it's about changing your approach and mindset. In this video, I'll walk you through a step-by-step plan that will help you pay off your debt faster than you thought possible. Whether you're dealing with credit card debt, student loans, or any other form of debt, by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to regain control of your financial future. Why is getting out of debt so hard? For most people, debt feels overwhelming. The interest rates on credit cards can soar as high as 20% or more, meaning every dollar you pay toward your debt doesn't go as far as you think. Then, there's the lack of a solid budget. Without one, it's easy to miss payments or prioritize the wrong things. On top of that, many people feel paralyzed by the sheer amount of debt they have, not knowing where to start. You might be asking yourself, how do I even begin to pay off all this money? It's a feeling many of us can relate to, but I promise, you don't need to tackle it all at once. The key is to break it down into smaller, manageable steps, and that's exactly what I'll show you today. Now, let's explore how we can begin tackling debt step by step, using strategies that will actually work. 1. Setting clear goals and priorities. When it comes to getting out of debt, the first step is to gain a full understanding of your financial situation. Imagine trying to get to your destination without a map. You wouldn't do that, right? That's exactly how many people approach debt. They start paying off bills without knowing where they stand, which can make the process chaotic and slow. So the first thing you need to do is get organized and set clear goals. Step 1. List all your debts. Start by writing down every single debt you have. This includes credit cards, student loans, medical bills, personal loans, car loans, and even payday loans. It's essential to know exactly how much you owe. Include the balance, the interest rate, the minimum monthly payment, and the due date for each debt. This is going to be your debt inventory. Step 2. Prioritize your debts. Now that you have everything in front of you, it's time to prioritize. There are two primary ways to prioritize your debts. High interest first. Start by paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first. The idea here is simple. By reducing high interest debt, you save money in the long run because more of your payment goes toward paying off the principal, not the interest. Smallest balance. First, this is the debt snowball method, where you focus on paying off the smallest debt first. The psychological benefit of this method is that it provides quick wins, helping you gain momentum. As you pay off one debt, the sense of accomplishment will motivate you to continue tackling your other debts. Deciding which method is best depends on your personality. If you're more motivated by immediate victories, the debt snowball is a good approach. But if you're focused on saving money, start with the high interest debt first. Step 3. Set your financial goals. In addition to prioritizing your debts, set specific measurable goals. For example, a goal might be, I want to pay off my $5,000 credit card debt in 12 months. Or, I will save $300 per month towards my student loan. You need to know exactly how much you want to pay and when you want to be debt-free. This will help you stay focused and track your progress. Lastly, don't forget to track your progress over time. You can use apps like Mint or YNAB. You need a budget to monitor how much you are paying off and ensure that you're hitting your milestones. 2. Using the debt snowball versus debt avalanche method. 3 minutes. Now, let's talk about two common approaches to paying off debt, the debt snowball and debt avalanche methods. Both methods are effective, but each has its own benefits depending on your financial situation and mindset. The debt snowball method. The debt snowball method is all about psychology. It's designed to give you quick wins. Here's how it works. List all your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. Focus all of your extra money on paying off the smallest debt first while making the minimum payments on your other debts. Once the smallest debt is paid off, move to the next smallest and repeat the process. For example, let's say you have 3 debts. Credit card balance, $1,000, 10% interest rate. Car loan, $5,000, 5% interest rate. Personal loan, $3,000, 8% interest rate. You would focus on paying off the $1,000 credit card first. When it's gone, you would take that same money and apply it to your $3,000 personal loan while still paying the minimum on your car loan. After your personal loan is paid off, you tackle your $5,000 car loan. The key benefit of the snowball method is momentum. Once you pay off one debt, you feel accomplished, and that gives you the emotional boost to keep going. It's great if you need quick motivation to stay on track. The debt avalanche method. On the other hand, the debt avalanche method focuses on saving the most money in interest. Here's how it works. List your debts by interest rate from highest to lowest. Focus all of your extra money on the debt with the highest interest rate while making minimum payments on the others. Once the highest interest debt is paid off, move to the next one and so on. Let's use the same example with the debt avalanche approach. Credit card balance, $1,000, 10% interest rate. Car loan, $5,000, 5% interest rate. Personal loan, $3,000, 8% interest rate. In this case, you would focus on the $1,000 credit card debt first since it has the highest interest rate. Once it's paid off, you would focus on the $3,000 personal loan and finally tackle the $5,000 car loan. By following this method, you pay the least amount of interest, which saves you money in the long run. 3. Negotiating with creditors. Just 3 minutes. One of the most overlooked strategies for getting out of debt quickly is negotiating with your creditors. Many people don't realize they can ask for better terms, lower interest rates, or even settle debts for less than what they owe. Step 1. Call your creditors. Start by calling the companies you owe money to. The key here is to be polite but firm. When speaking with creditors, express your commitment to paying off your debt, but explain that you're facing financial difficulties. Many creditors would prefer to work with you and agree to a lower interest rate or a temporary pause on payments rather than risk you defaulting. Step 2. Ask for a lower interest rate. One of the first things you should ask for is a lower interest rate. Credit card companies are often willing to reduce your interest rate, especially if you've been a customer for a while. If they refuse, don't hesitate to ask to speak with a supervisor or mention that you're considering transferring your balance to another card with a lower interest rate. Step 3. Request a debt settlement. In some cases, you may be able to negotiate a debt settlement. This is where the creditor agrees to accept a lump sum payment for less than what you owe. This is more common with larger debts like credit cards or unsecured loans. Keep in mind, however, that settling your debt could negatively impact your credit score, but it can be a good option if you're struggling to make payments. Step 4. Consider debt management or debt consolidation. If you're finding it difficult to deal with multiple creditors, you might want to look into debt management or debt consolidation. A debt management plan involves working with a credit counselor to negotiate lower payments on your behalf, while debt consolidation involves taking out a loan to pay off your existing debts, leaving you with just one payment each month. 4. Increasing your income. 3 minutes. Increasing your income can be one of the most effective ways to pay off debt quickly. While cutting expenses is important, increasing your earnings can give you a big boost in the right direction. Step 1. Find a side hustle. Look into ways to earn extra income on the side. This could be freelancing, driving for a rideshare service, delivering food, or starting an online business. Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or TaskRabbit can help you find work quickly. Even a few extra hours each week can add up to hundreds of dollars in additional income. Step 2. Sell unused items. Another way to increase your income is by selling items you no longer need. This could include electronics, furniture, clothes, or anything else that is gathering dust around the house. Use platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or Craigslist to sell your items and put that money toward paying off debt. Step 3. Monetize your skills. Do you have a talent or skill that others would pay for? Maybe you're great at photography, writing, or web design. You could create a portfolio and start offering your services for a fee. The key here is to leverage your skills to generate extra income without overloading yourself. Let's talk about the one strategy that has worked for countless people: creating a debt snowball effect through small wins and consistent progress. Imagine this: you have 3 debts. One is $1,000 with a 10% interest rate, one is $5,000 with a 20% interest rate, and the last is $2,000 with a 15% interest rate. By starting with the $1,000 debt, you gain momentum and you feel the thrill of paying it off. Once you're done, you move to the next one, and with each payoff, you gain confidence and determination. This method keeps you motivated because it's not about how much you're paying off, it's about the progress you're making. As you pay off each debt, you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that feeling of freedom becomes more tangible. It's an incredibly powerful strategy that combines psychological momentum with practical results. Now that you've seen the strategies that work, it's time to take action. Start by setting clear goals and priorities. Choose the debt repayment method that works for you, negotiate with your creditors, and increase your income to create more room for debt payments. Remember, it's not about how quickly you can pay off your debt. It's about taking consistent, intentional steps to eliminate it for good. If you follow these steps and stay committed, you'll be free from debt before you know it. Have you started your debt-free journey? Share your story in the comments below and let us know what strategies worked best for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and share this video with anyone who needs help getting out of debt. Let's all work toward financial freedom together.